getting energy doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your health. That's why when I need energy, I get Clean Calls, yerba mate. It's organic, healthy for you, jitter-free. Also, every can change a life because 50% of their net profits go to drug addiction recovery. So get you a Clean Cause for a drink that supports a good cause. Endorsed by Relentless Hope. Now I'm going to get all hopped up. Hey, what's up out there, everybody in Hope Nation? You know who it is. It's David Cravens with the Relentless Hope podcast. I got my beautiful,
he has to do it.
savage wife. What's your name?
My name's Jonna.
She tried to forget the last part on this trip because of me driving.
I try to rush him past that. You don't want to have
We are in the ATL basement studio. I know our studio looks a little different. My guy has been taking care of us. It's been awesome. We love him. Shout out to him over there on the controls. So we've got some guests in here today that is a big deal to me for a couple of reasons. A big deal to me. He was one of my favorite wrestlers. I loved him. He's cracked me up. He just... It was great. Also, the kid that I lived with, he used to always act like him in his underwear. Okay? So it used to crack me up. Dave Freeze, you know who you are, so you're going to love this one. But, and then we got the young lady who's behind him with him. So without further ado, we got Marcus Buff Bagwell and Lady Stacy in the place to be. What's up, guys?
Man, what's going on? How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man.
Good.
We can't thank you enough for coming, bro. I mean, it means yes. more than you know, bro. And I got to get it out of the way. Our followers know.
Come the tears.
You never know if I'm gonna cry, if I'm gonna cuss. I might flip. No, I'm not gonna flip nothing. Don't worry about it. We didn't take the insurance. No, you know, DDPY changed my life, right?
Yes.
We started doing DDPY 2 years ago in January because we lost everything in Hurricane Ian, and I fell into depression. Always a big boy.
But I want a little more of that story. So really, what led you to DDPY? When your world's crashed?
Yeah,
and
that's my work. We lost everything in the Hurricane Ian.
Wow.
Now, the name of our music group was already Relentless Hope. We had already been sober about 5 years. So,
really?
So,
okay.
But see what happens
but there was still something missing.
Yeah, we call addiction alcohol and drugs. There's so many addictions. It can be food. It can be porn. It can be whatever it is.
Anything. Addiction.
So Relentless Hope was the name of our group. Absolutely. So every time I searched up our music videos, Relentless documentary would pop up. Well, I always like DDP too. You know what I'm saying?
And so that's a good video too.
Yeah. And so I watched Relentless 2 times and the Jake the Snake documentary. And I tell you, bro, we lost everything in Hurricane Ian. I fell into a depression. Like I said, I ain't using drugs no more, so I ain't medicating that. Or fixing it, right?
Fixing it, bro.
Right? So I started eating food. I'm already a big dude. I started eating food. I got to 386 pounds. Wow. Biggest, like I said, I walk around at 250 normal, you know. But
big boy regardless.
But I went and I moved pool tables for a living. I went to put a pair of shoes on before church, and I was out of breath. Now, from extracurricular activities, I'd already had a heart attack.
And a stroke.
You know, because I've snorted enough cocaine to kill a Shetland pony. Really? You know what I mean?
I know.
And had a stroke and a heart attack. One stroke one day, heart attack next day. So being big was my doctor already. I wasn't supposed to be. So I seen the Relentless video January 1st, 2 years ago. So it'll be 2 years January. Yeah. I told her on Sunday morning. It
was actually December. It was because we started
on the 1st. I said, we're going to try this DDP. I'm going to try it for 3 months. If I pay for it, I'm going to try it.
Sure. I'm going to do it.
And buddy, we jumped in. And then 3 months in, I'd done lost, 45, 50 pounds. Then we did the song, Rise and Grind. I'm a DDPY warrior. And we filmed the music video.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then we came to open workouts. And then we came to Summit. So we, like I said, I already knew Jesus. Cool. I'd already changed my life. But my mindset was still a little jaded.
Sure.
And a
little bit. Why is this still happening?
Yeah, why is this still? And then we lost everything. Yeah. So I came out of depression, started doing DDPY, got some refocus, came up to Summit. And then the first thing you said when you walked by me, you go, "Nice sneaks," because I had a pair of black like pandas on, and I go, "Buff Bagwell, let's take a picture." And I got a picture, and you took a picture standing there, and then you were around, and
I did take a picture of you.
Yeah,
too.
you took a picture, and then There was some funny things you said too to Steve Yu one time, like he says harder in Chinese arithmetic. I don't know what you said, man. But there was just funny things that I remembered because growing up and not even growing up, I was a man, but watching wrestling, my soap opera. You know what I mean?
Brother,
so I always watched you because my guy loved you, bro. Like he'd come out in his underwear. He was like 5 years, and so all of that, after the fanboy stuff, same thing with DDP. Then DDP. Called me on my 50th birthday, bro. Like, hey, bub,
and from here,
and from here, and then we got to go. We got to go to his Christmas party. We did the Power Cuffs Christmas rap, and all that.
Yeah, that's great.
But going to you is, I followed your journey, okay, because it's one and the same.
Yeah,
minus. I thought I was famous, you know what I mean? But in my town, I might have been famous for selling dope,
right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And doing some music and getting arrested, right? But I followed and I seen the highs and the lows,
right.
and then I seen DDP was helping you, you know what I mean? I kind of caught because I'm a self-taught dude. I got an 8th grade education, but I can get in and teach. I can start selling those plants right there,
right.
and I'll read whatever it says on the bottom. Hey, this plant goes to 3. It doesn't matter.
One salesman.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So. I started watching everything DDPY, Buff. I started just diving in and watching, and I seen, where you were doing good, and then I seen some things happen, and I'm like, oh man, So I was in. Then when you really got it right, and you had a year in, I was like,
okay,
bro,
1 year.
That's it. That's it. He's doing it.
Right.
So I want to sit here and start off from the beginning. Something that I didn't hear a whole lot, maybe from my mom, not ever from my dad. I really didn't hear it too much. Was that I'm proud of you, not that because I'm proud of you from one and the same type of guy.
Yes,
right. Because it's easy to say, and we hear this about our marriage right now. Right now.
Right.
Oh, yeah. They've had divorce papers filed twice. Oh, they're the marriage couple?
Exactly.
Oh, Buff's sober again?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, give us some time.
Now I'm with you.
Oh,
now I'm with
what
you.
is she, stupid?
Yeah.
What is she? She's
crazy.
He can never change.
He's going to blow it.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
And so for you to have 2 years in, and then until people are going through the hoops of the system telling you this and somebody being a smart aleck, or you're trying everything and they're just like pinning you down, and make it through. 2 years is a big deal, bro.
Yes, it is.
And let me tell you,
that's awesome.
I've watched, knowing that we were going to be here together, and then I've been watching your stuff lately as you've been doing and getting some good numbers.
Thank you.
You're turning great numbers on there too, bro.
We watched the Halloween one.
I watched the Halloween last night, and I had my son share it on the page.
Good.
But I was watching, and you were saying something about fixing it. But what you said, that's more outlaw than anything. Okay. I grew up in a family of outlaws. Now everybody wants to be an outlaw.
Yes,
but the outlaws in my life didn't give no hope, bro. No. I've got daughters that I wasn't invited to the wedding because I chose to be an outlaw.
Right.
And I have to take that on the chin.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Makes me a different father to my young kids.
Right.
But I have to take it.
Yeah, you do.
But there's nothing being more of an outlaw than saying, hey, I may have did this many times, and you can call it jailhouse religion or treatment religion, but making a change and doing it. Because when you put yourself out there in the market and people seeing you, you almost
transparent, brother.
People could be, when we get on there and go, hey, this marriage, my buddy's like, you're setting yourself up for a lot of people. I said, hey,
that's what I do.
That's okay.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what I do.
I'm going to prove them wrong.
That's right.
But more to prove to myself, because I know I'm a different person. So you said, I finally got a relationship with Jesus.
Yes.
Oh, man.
That right there, admitting that. And
outlaw.
Outlaw. That's the outlaw. We made a post the other day.
It is.
If you get a chance, go look at it. We made a post the other day. I said 7 things of being an outlaw now. And it's like being faithful to your wife, being there for your kids.
Relationship with God.
Yeah, relationship with Jesus.
Jesus Christ,
and I went through
our
all
Lord
these
and
things.
Savior.
Come on.
We get pinned in this country rap genre for our music that we do. And everybody wants, I'm the toughest guy and I can whoop everybody. I'm like, that's annoying, dude. You know what I mean?
These cell phones made everybody.
Integrity.
These cell phones made everybody tough.
Oh, yeah.
Keyboard gangsters.
That's it. That's exactly what it is. The old days, you got knocked out and you went back in the party.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody starts arguing, the cops are on the way.
Oh, yeah. Real quick.
So everybody got tough. Everybody got tough with these.
Yeah, until it's time to not be tough, right?
Yeah. It just wasn't. It's old school.
So with you doing that, man, I just want to tell you, bro, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And seeing you 2 years in, seeing you work on your relationship with Christ, no matter what the naysayers say.
Yeah.
You're always going to have people that ain't going to believe
Always.
in you. I mean, I deal with it. I've been sober 6 years. Still,
Really?
yeah,
You
we've been
still
sober
got the
6
nays.
years. And people are
It's
people
amazing,
are
isn't
still
it?
like, oh, they're going to do this.
Man, they want to see you fail and they want to see you fall.
Well, it's a
That's
better
the
story. Let's be honest. I mean,
Misery
it's-
loves company.
Yes, it does.
That's it. It
It's
is a better story
So
if you're
the
failing.
last time I got arrested was, I mean, and again, I'm going to tell the story, but nobody believes
tell
it.
it.
But the story is,
We all have it.
and I got a piece of paper to prove it.
Right.
It was, I went to jail for disrupting class.
I heard this. I
On
heard
the
about this one.
paperwork,
Yes.
the 24 hours, the words verbatim for disrupting class.
Right.
Now, try to tell somebody that you went to jail for disrupting class.
Yeah.
I don't believe me.
Right.
But it's what happened.
All you got, well, you know,
But what they
believe you.
did is they posted the DUI.
Well, they went back to the original mugshot.
Original
They
arrest.
put it on, and they're
I'm
like, "Oh,
no, they got the brand new mugshot.
because you had to go back in.
the old record. I'm like, wow, brother.
So was this a court-ordered class?
I'm
Yeah.
still in it. It's 18 months, and I got 2 months left.
Let me tell you why
a
I
great
believe it. I'm going to tell you
class.
why I believe it. I was in domestic violence class. Okay?
Wow.
Which means
Imagine
it's
that.
basically a 12-step program for smacking people, right?
Absolutely.
And
No, I
you
should've
you
took
have
that.
to go in there.
I should have had that one too.
Well, so same thing. I had to go to this class twice a week.
How old are you?
I'm 51.
Well, that makes
Good
more
looking
sense.
51.
I thought
that
they were in their 30s.
I thought for sure
They
he
look
was
so
10
young.
years younger for
Yeah.
sure. Well, that makes a little more sense because you say smacking people. Keep in mind, you've got friends that have never been smacked.
No.
Or smacked somebody.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I get totally.
And
It's
this
true.
ain't
Right.
gangster trying to be cool or anything, but there's something to say about that. I got
Yeah.
chill bumps talking
Yeah.
about it. Grown men don't know what it's like to strike another human, and I've gone to jail for it 30 times.
Buddy,
Because I'm knocking people out. It's crazy.
Which is
Maybe
a
you've
good
never
thing
met my
that grown
long-lost
men
big
don't
brother,
have.
Buff
Yes.
Bagwell.
Keep your hands
I
to
was
yourself.
raised. Listen, my father and mother
Yeah, me too.
raised
Yeah.
me that if a woman or man
Puts
gets
their
in
hands
your
on you.
face, you strike, you swing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
I
put
was
yourself in a man's
it's
place.
crazy.
Right?
Yes.
That's what I was
And I came a long ways from
me
that,
too.
brother. I mean, I just
I'm not
really,
proud of any of it.
No,
but,
it's
No,
not
but it's
fact.
hard
but
to
I-
veer from that
It
once you've
is.
been taught
It is.
that.
Well, you
right?
don't know no different. And
No,
I had
you
to
don't
go
know
to
any
this
different.
domestic
Yeah.
class, right? And you would have to start off going, "Hi, my name's David. I smacked, kicked, punched someone, stole their car, ran over, whatever you did. And then you would go through. So I had to go back then. Now this was when I was probably 22. I had to pay $78 twice a week to go to that class, which was a lot of money, right? To go.
Yes.
And you had 18 weeks of it.
That
And you
is.
couldn't miss it. You couldn't be late. Well, one day I used to work too. So I was running late. I was in traffic. So this is before cell phones, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I called the lady, which she wasn't the slimmest lady I ever met, if you know
Right,
what I mean.
right.
What wasn't
You better give her a shout out.
wasn't no, I don't she can't violate me no more. Wasn't easy on the eyes, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It shouldn't have been eating the Milky Way she was when I made this comment.
Right.
But so I called her and I said, "Hey, this is David Cravens. I'm running late. You know, I'm probably gonna be 10 minutes late. You know, but I had like 3 more classes left, right? So I make it there. I come in. And she's sitting backwards on a chair because she can't sit frontwards because she can't fit in it.
Oh,
and
my.
she's eating a Milky Way.
That's a
Right?
A chick backwards.
Yeah, she's sitting on. She's
what I'm saying.
she's sitting like this on the
Oh,
chair,
like a
right?
man, like a
yeah,
man
like
does.
she's sitting there, and
a sheriff.
she's the one who is doing the class. She's the class instructor lady, right? And she's eating that Milky Way, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't what you think she was eating a Milky Way. Milky Way would have sued her if they seen this commercial. So I come in, and she's like, You're gonna be violated. I go, violated? I said, the only thing getting violated is that Milky Way right there. That's what you better be worried about.
Oh.
That's really all I said. And I said on
That
down
was
to
enough.
class.
Oh.
Do you know? The next
her
day,
off.
they violated my probation, arrested me, took me back. I did 90 days and had to do every one of them classes again. So do I believe that can happen? Yeah. And you know what everybody said?
That blows every story I got
Yeah,
away.
well, no, that's a true story. But
and I know it's true.
yeah,
That's crazy.
and every person was like, "He did it again." I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
bro,
No, I didn't. It was a Milky Way.
Yeah, it was the fat girl eating the Milky Way. No, I mean bigger girl. I'm sorry. I
No,
love
he
you.
meant
Jesus,
fat.
Jesus, forgive me.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm trying to do better. I knew this podcast was going to go good. Trying to do better. But so when I seen that, I seen all that happen. I believe I know how the system works.
Right.
And I know how media works. I know how people work. They want to see you fail. A lot of times the ones in front of you going like this, they want to see you fail.
That's the worst ones.
Yeah. And so
Your Steve Hughes
why
and-
I was so excited.
Oh,
Do we
sorry.
have edit
Hey.
on this?
No, hope they don't.
Oh, we
Hey,
can.
it is what it is.
I love you.
I love you so much.
Would you think he was going to listen? The Relentless Hope podcast is going to be real as it gets.
Relentless.
You know, so
Oh my.
We keep it real.
you get on there and you're doing good, right?
Yeah.
And then now you're sober. Now you got to start changing these behaviors.
Yes.
These patterns, right? We all got, things happened to me as an 8-year-old kid that should never happen to a kid, which affected every What it did was an 8-year-old kid with a good right hand. So here's what I said: I'm gonna have as many girls as I can, and any dude touch me, I'm knocking
Knock
him
him
out,
out.
or he's gonna knock me out.
Right.
Whatever.
But somebody's getting knocked
and it
out.
happened both
Yeah.
ways.
And
You know,
me too, me
a
too.
lot of times. And so it made me a horrible husband. It made me a horrible father, maybe a horrible person.
Horrible man.
Yeah, just a
Horrible.
bad piece of crap human being. And as I went through my life, I would be doing good music. I'd get some Jesus in my life, right? And I'd have some success, record deals coming. Then I would relapse. Because why? Because I didn't believe David was good enough. I could believe it for you, for Marcus. I
Right.
could believe it for Stacy. I could
couldn't
believe it for
believe it
John.
for your-
But Dave, not me, bro. If this comes out,
Yeah, it's true.
so when I would give my testimony going to these churches, I would tell you about drugs. I'd tell you about jail, but we ain't gonna talk about molest Space. We gonna this
I ain't
stuff.
going
You
that
can't
deep.
be completely transparent
we
with that.
can't have that
That's
because
a hard
people
one.
gonna think you weird,
Right,
right? You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Something's
And
wrong.
so
Yeah.
I lived in an inside prison. You know, a prison inside's the only prison where the bars are outside.
Ooh,
Right?
yeah.
And for 45 years. First person I ever told about it was her, and we split up 2 months later. What do you think the devil did to this brain?
Oh, I'm getting drunk right now.
Yeah, right. I'm like, dude, she don't want me either.
No, she's done.
So tell me, and then we're gonna lead into Stacy. We ain't forgetting Stacy over.
Can't do that.
But no, heck no,
way.
because I know that what's got you to where you are, and I call it Jesus and Jana, or I'd be dead or in prison. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So, you guys go. If you haven't seen Dark Side of the Ring Buff Story, I watched it again. That's the third time I watched it
it's
last
good.
night.
It's incredible.
Go
man.
watch it again.
It's really well
It
done.
gives you.
It's so touching.
It tells you
your mom and
parents
your dad.
can love you, but it doesn't mean they're not dysfunctional.
Doesn't
Right.
mean it's
My
healthy.
mom overloved me, and I had to take my father's place sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you got to I got to be her joy of sunshine.
Sure.
Which then when I got with somebody, it was a
Weird.
It's not how love goes,
No.
bro. And not that she didn't love me. I'm thankful for that because there's some people that didn't.
But she
Right.
loved you the best way she knew how.
because
That's
she had
it.
been through things.
That's it.
Sure.
So, so if you haven't seen it, there'll be links to all Marcus's and Stacy's stuff in here, stores to go buy his merchandise. There'll be the Dark Side of the Ring, everything. So go follow him. He's been releasing some really good stories. So I want to get that out of the way. We'll say it again. That's all going to be on there.
Thank you.
But what I want you to share, I want to get more, because the wrestling is awesome.
Yeah.
You did some awesome things.
Yeah.
And as fast as it went up, some things went down.
Absolutely.
Same thing in my life. Fast as it went up, Dave would self-sabotage it.
Looking back
No
on it,
matter-
man, it was like it was a couple minutes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, but one reason why I really wanted to talk to you face to face, man, well, because I love you and I'm proud of you, but is to tell you the wrestling, that's awesome. And that's some good stories. And I like watching them and listening. But God's got such a plan for you on the backside, bro.
It's crazy.
It's just getting into
That
place.
gave me chills.
I know.
If God's got a call on your life, because listen, He don't rescue us from the fire. He rescues so we can go back and pull people out of the fire.
Right.
Right? People need to hear, hey, dude, I had the money. Hey, I didn't have the money. Hey,
Right.
they need to hear your story. So
Yeah.
the wrestling is great, but that doesn't define Marcus.
touch it.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
What defines Marcus is God and the call and the relationship and the woman he has in his life now.
Absolutely.
So I want you to share a little bit, Buff, about going through. I know, like I said, the Dark Side of the Ring. You can watch. I want to come to the part where you knew that you had to have this reckoning, bro. Like you had the fame, you had the cars, you had the girls, you did all these things, the body. The reckoning of if Marcus doesn't change, Marcus is going to die.
Yeah, that happened August of 2022.
Okay.
So August of 2022, I fixed everything. I was able to fix it. If I was tired, I fixed it with a drug that woke me up. If I was too awake, I fixed it to go to sleep. I needed to go to the gym. I learned to my mother, and this is the only thing I blame my mother on. I blame my mother for this. God rest her soul, because she was such a great mother. But she was shoving pills down our throat, and rubbing Neosporin on something.
Right.
I mean, she put Neosporin on a broke arm.
Right.
But I mean, it was about taking something. Yeah. So and it worked. So years later, my dad gives me some cocaine for a football game.
Yeah.
300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Right.
It worked.
Right.
So I learned at a young age, a really horrible thing to learn.
Right.
I learned to fix it.
Right.
And I did.
Right.
It was steroids. I was skinny as a rail. Right. Research it. It wasn't no YouTube university.
Right.
No.
There was ask the guy in the gym and then throw crap against the wall, see if it sticks.
Right. Right.
And I did that. I learned to fix it. Well, in August of 2022, I learned that. And I'm wrong. August of 2020.
Right.
August of 2022 is when I went to rehab.
Right.
August of 2020 is I wrecked my car, and the injury left me where I could not fix it.
Right.
And I was blown away. I've knocked my teeth out twice.
Jeez.
They look pretty right now.
These teeth
They look
have
real
been
good.
knocked out of my head twice. I've got the best dentist in the world.
I need to see that guy.
I didn't have the money. He to this day I probably owe him. I call him once a year, every year.
Shout out, Dennis.
What's his name?
Thad Baird. I love you.
Yeah.
Shout out,
to
Thad. We love you.
Baird.
I need a new
Baird.
parcel. I need a new parcel.
Hey, call me.
Support the Relentless
call
Hope.
me.
He goes. He's a great guy. He knows Christ better than everybody at this table.
Right.
He is a Jesus Christ man,
awesome.
and he's a good guy. But yeah, so I couldn't fix it this time, man. And I had a big hole in my knee, and they did this crazy surgery called a flap surgery where my cap is at my knee. And, and man, I had four open wounds that wouldn't close. And for the first time in my life, my DOC became alcohol. I hear that a lot with rehabs now, but it's never... To me, when you say, what's your drug of choice? And they say alcohol, I go, no. What's your drug of choice?
Really?
Yeah, because you don't look at it because alcohol's legal.
And they go, alcohol. I went, wow.
But that's one of the worst ones
The
because it's
worst.
it's so accessible.
They don't
worst.
I never
offer
got
you
arrested on cocaine
at the restaurant.
Never got arrested at cocaine because I was inside taking my TV apart.
Every time.
But let me tell you about
That's so
alcohol.
true.
Jack Daniels can't drive our
very
fight.
hard.
I've wrecked every car and got whooped so many times drinking alcohol.
Bro, it's unbelievable. And on this one, though, man, it became alcohol. I did what you hear about. I did, which was isolated. For the first time in my life, there was no woman in my life.
Right.
I from my mother on, there was a woman in my life.
They got to take care of me. I need you. I need you here.
All of a sudden,
couple of them.
again, it's not happening. I'm not fixing it.
Right.
And so I fixed it. With alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was fixing it on this one.
You put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, I put a Band-Aid on it. Really, one that had Neosporin on the sticky part. It wasn't sticking good.
Right.
But yeah, so that was August of 2020. And then Dallas, started shooting the show, Change or Die.
Yeah.
And
Polish your halo, Dallas.
Come on,
absolutely.
Dallas.
Polish your halo.
He's a powerhouse. Powerhouse. And he... we started shooting the show, and I would stay sober during the week. And then as soon as I got up at Thursday, buddy, it was just a 3-day binge.
And then till you went back.
Pills, alcohol, and I'd come back. I'm being sober.
I'm doing great. I did the same thing when I heard when we first started talking.
And you
Yes.
thought nobody could see it, didn't you?
Oh, I'm
you
sure
thought,
everybody's
you
like-
were camouflaging it.
Yeah, of course. Well, we look back now trying to find a video of me sober, and we can't find one.
You can't do it.
I mean, because eventually, even if it starts off good, it finally goes to the dragon.
Start showing. I remember
right.
the summit. We watched a piece of that. Remember?
Remember,
Of
yeah.
the Change or
No, I
Die. And
don't
I was
remember
like,
We were not there.
I can't look at
Oh,
it.
you guys wasn't
Yeah,
at
you
the
guys weren't
showing.
there.
Right.
That's the only video that if I see,
it's hard to watch.
I'll cry.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
But because you knew you were doing wrong, bro. And people were believing in you.
I mean, the first time I saw it, I think it was devastating. I went, where did you find that at, man? I mean, Steve.
Right.
Steve finds it, brother.
Stevie?
Steve, you.
Trick Stevie.
Yes, sir. So that was the deal on
That's
this
his
one. I
job,
couldn't
though.
fix it.
Yeah.
And so I did what I thought fix it, which has always worked before. I fixed it with alcohol and pills. And more alcohol this time because pills were harder to come by. And I was thinking, well, don't take as many pills, but I was drinking more. I was just taking one in more than the other. And
Right.
but this car wreck really upset me, man. I finally, and I didn't know how bad I'd really done it because I think I stayed drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
But and when Dallas came in to make the day and then change the die, and then when he came to me and said, bro, either go to rehab or you know, I'm
He's
out.
kind
I'm
of
out.
washing your hands.
I'm,
You don't want
I'm out.
Yeah.
Jana's out. I got a niece named Jana,
Right.
and she was involved at this time.
I know, I remember.
Jonna.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jana Bagwell, and she you know, they both under their care. I went to rehab, and I said, I'll go, man. I said, but I can't sleep. I said, I can't sleep, brother. I said, I take Xanax because I can't sleep.
Oh.
So again, it's a story, like Dallas says. I believe that it's a great saying. The story you tell yourself.
It's true,
the
man.
story you tell yourself. You tell yourself you're a piece of crap.
You're a piece of
You're
crap.
gonna be a piece of crap.
That's
If you tell
right.
yourself if you tell yourself you're fat and ugly, you're gonna be fat and ugly. But you know, it's just what you believe the story you tell yourself, and so I believed that I could not sleep.
Right.
And that first week went by up there, and I remember I had slept, and I went.
Peace.
And I woke up out of the bed 6:30 in the morning at Black Bear Recovery in North Georgia, and I was sitting on the side of the bed, and I went, I may be able to do this.
Right.
You
had some hope.
You were honest
had
with
some
yourself.
First time I ever had hope.
You had some hope.
Because I felt normal
Right.
for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I may be able to do this,
God
man.
moment, yeah.
And then whatever that pill, I remember the name. Rimron was the name of the sleeping pill.
Right.
And buddy, I was in line every night at 8:30 to get my.
As long as there wasn't rim rod.
To get my Rimron, and he and so I would take it, and then literally a week after I got out of rehab, I quit taking that because I said that's not keeping me asleep.
Right.
I said it's deeper than that, and I always knew God,
Right.
but I didn't have a relationship.
That's
That was
it.
what you said that
That's
got
the
me.
the key.
That
That
was what
is.
you got me.
I know God.
A lot
now.
of people know God.
Yeah.
Ask
of
anybody.
him.
Right.
I mean,
I'm a good person.
It's
I'm
kind of
going to
like
heaven.
it's
Yeah.
kind of
That's
like
it.
me.
That's it.
And you said this on the thing I watched. You know, you got a personal relationship with, like your buddy. Like I talk, like when we lost everything in Hurricane Ian, bro. I remember laying in an Airbnb with no electricity had come on. But the next day we had to check out, and I had 3 kids, 2 dogs, and me and her, and we had nowhere to live. I don't care how much money you had, we had nowhere to live. And I remember praying to God, like I would, like. I cussed. I was like, are you effing kidding me, God?
Yeah, right,
Really?
yeah.
I've got my life straight. I was on the road rapping for youth
Right,
groups,
right.
and I can't, right? But so
Talk to me.
it's having that relationship with God.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it'd be like me going, I know Buff, man. Buff Bagwell, I know
Yeah,
Buff.
yeah.
I know him from Summit, but I don't know you,
don't
bro.
know
I
me.
don't know you,
Right.
right? And so once you get that, that's the peace.
That's the key.
But hope without habits equals nothing, right?
Yeah.
So if you got hope and you didn't put in the work, then you would just get out and do the same thing.
Absolutely.
And if you didn't get out and change, and that's where DDP, why helped me get back in even stronger relationship with God. And each person believe. Hey, the one thing about the Relentless Hope podcast, you know, if you're tuning in here to watch like your normal Christian marriage, this ain't the one. If you want to tune in for some broken people that know Jesus can change you, then this is it.
You
found
Because
it.
I don't push
Amen.
Jesus is a gentleman. I
Right.
don't push him on nobody.
No.
You don't
it.
have
If you
to.
want,
Right.
you
Yeah.
do
Here's the-
whatever.
here's the
but
ticket.
for me, that's what
So
works.
true.
Once you got that peace,
Yeah.
then you could start to
Absolutely.
work, right?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing that you just said that it's always in my big share that I do. If I share at a
meeting or
facility or a
whatever.
meeting, it's about filling the void
And we all
with
got
something
it.
else. If you don't put something, it can be ping pong, podcast, and energy drinks.
It's facts.
But you're going to have to put 2 or 3
Something.
in that void
Yep.
spot.
That's right. So true.
Mine in this order.
Look at the camera and tell them that right
Hey,
there.
you got to put 3 somethings in the void where you've been dumping pills, cocaine, marijuana, porn, anything you dump in this area, you've got to replace it with 3 somethings. And the 3 somethings I replaced it with is God, Stacy Brown, and myself.
Oh, I love it.
Myself.
Show
But
me.
But those three things right there, you've got to have something, and it's in that order. It is God first,
Yeah.
Stacy second,
Yep.
and Mark Bagwell third. Because without God being first, none of this
right.
happens.